Hi everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 12 of Sonic the Hedgehog IDW comic review. Now, as you know, in the last few issues, we mainly had Metal Sonic as the sort of new leader of Eggman's empire, and after his defeat, this is meant to show the aftermaths. And the cover mainly has Metal Sonic wrapped up in chains, looking quite angry. And the story starts off with Tails saying that he's finished off the last few things on Metal and returning back to his original basic abilities, and asks Sonic if he's sure about this, which he says, "I'm sure. Wake up, Metal Sonic." "He's not gonna be happy about this." "Probably, but I think the odds are on our side." So of course Metal comes back on, and of course Sonic tries to say to him that it's over, Eggman's done, and that they want to have a fresh start and call a truce. But of course Metal pretty much says it in a kind of not gonna happen thing, and leaves. Tails mainly asks, like, should they go after him, with Sonic saying, we gave him the choice to live how he wants to. We've got to honor his decision. And of course we see how Dr. Sterling's still surprised that Eggman hasn't got his memory back, and Ruff and that say, "This is gone, old Doc. When you sprung us out of jail, the deal was we'd get your Eggman, and he'd make us weapons." So of course they mainly say that it's more insult to injury and lots of injury. And of course Sterling reassures them that they will get their weaponry and that Eggman's memories will be installed. And of course Orbot and Cubot say, nothing cheered you up like dismantling us, and saying that to resurrect the creature and lose control of it. And of course Eggman plays the nice guy, and Orbot says, "Are we sure we want the old boss back?" And of course we see Metal returning, and of course just as Eggman or Mr. Tinker sees that Metal needs help, it re-jogs his memory and remembers all the times with Metal Sonic, restoring him back to his old personality, with him saying, "When did I get here? And who are all of you? And who dressed me like this? Finally! Well, it was nice while it lasted." So Dr. Sterling points out what happened during his absence, and of course tells Orbot and Cubot to get some clothes and that he's going to repair Metal Sonic. And of course this is where Dr. Sterling slowly becomes Eggman's apprentice, and showing his admiration for his work. And Ruff and Tumble point out who they are, and Eggman says, "Do they always do that?" "Unfortunately, but they're violent, stupid, and hate Sonic prefer minions. Folder for you, sir." "Ho ho ho ho! I hate that hedgehog, do you? What do you say I hook you up with some disruptive devices and send you after the rodent?" So of course Eggman asks how he managed to find him, and that points out that he used a sort of topaz device to help him get him to the base much quicker. And he says that he has had history with strange magical rocks and stones, but Sterling points out that he's got the Chaos Emeralds to show his apprenticeship application. He says, "Oh ho ho ho! Welcome aboard, Starling. You're my best lackey yet." And so we see how Knuckles plans to sort of guard the Master Emerald back on Angel Island, and pretty much says that it is due to discard the Emerald, and points out about the resistance and that, which Knuckles didn't think, but says that it's going to be disbanded, nothing more. And Knuckles says, "Whatever, get off my island," and mainly returns back to the Eggman ship, where Amy points out that she's going through the inventory and plans to use the materials to help fix the damages caused by Eggman and Infinite. And of course Amy finds out that the resistance is going to be disbanded, And we also see how Victor and Espio and that want their payment for finding Eggman, which Amy tries to talk them over with. We see how Tangle is all excited about the adventure she had, and even talks with Whisper about it, but puts on her mask like a security blanket, with Tangled saying, "What did I say?" And we see how Blaze's plan to return back to her dimension, but Silver's plan to stay in the past, as he's got this bad feeling that whatever happened in the future might still happen. So pretty much Sonic is gonna be thrilled that Silver's staying, and says, "And no one does it better. I'm gonna check up on a few more folks. See you later." And so sees Rouge, who mainly says to her to say thanks to Shadow and that. And we see Sonic and Tails flying off back to the ship, and them knowing that another adventure's done. We see how Eggman finds out that the data Metal Sonic got it, as well as in his Neo form, has been corrupted, but decides to go for another change of plans. And when Rough and Tumble misunderstood about the schematics, which they think are weapons, they're actually blueprints. So we see how Eggman has planned to build the ultimate device to get back at Sonic and everyone else for his last defeat. And this is the story. So issue 12 is kind of okay. I think, yeah, it returns everything back to the status quo badly, as we could have seen Metal taking over Eggman's work. But I get it, this is Sonic the Hedgehog. They're still going to return everything back to the status quo, something Power Rangers did right, as well as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with Lord Dreg. So I think this issue deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still alright. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.